Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hello,
I'm very
welcome.
enthusiastic. How's it going? We're going to talk about a new movie by Darren Aronofsky called Caught Stealing, and we're going to talk about Time Bandits.
Is Russ home?
Who are you? What's the baby, man?
Who did this to you?
La pistola. Either I get what I want, or my pistol talk for me.
So it's about this guy played by Austin Butler. Of course, I'm blanking on his name. I had to bring up the list.
I can find it, but you keep going.
He is a, former, I guess, high school, college athlete, baseball player. He loves baseball. He loves watching the team.
Hank Thompson. Yeah, his name's Hank.
That's it.
Yeah.
He liked watching the Giants, is it?
Yeah, he's a big Giants fan.
Yeah, and he's going out with Zoe Kravitz, who's a paramedic, and it's kind of like it's not quite like mistaken identity, but he gets kind of caught up in Matt Jones's troubles.
Matt
Smith. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. From Morbius, the acclaimed film.
Last Night in Soho.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, but I just think of Morbius when I see him, and I think of I think of that scene.
Have sex.
He's great. He's like one of the best parts of the movie. Matt Smith.
Got a big mohawk. He's a punk.
Yeah, he's like a punk, like British fucking punk rocker guy.
Yeah.
Which it's a funny character, very memorable character, and he plays him really well.
Yeah, so they're looking for these goons show up. These Russian goons are looking for Matt Smith, but Austin Butler's there instead, and they beat up Austin Butler. They rupture one of his kidneys, so one of his kidneys has to be removed, and he's a big drinker, so that affects him deeply.
So he can't drink anymore, and
not supposed to, at least.
Yeah, well, right, because kidneys are for processing alcohol and stuff like that, toxins.
Right, exactly. And he gets caught up in kind of it's like a crime caper, dark comedy.
He just kind of gets like caught up in it. He has like nothing to do with it, but then like Matt Smith basically just asks him to watch his cat while he goes to visit his dad who has had a stroke.
Right.
Because I just saw the movie, so I shouldn't. And then like they think he's like he knows where the money is. The Russian guys come for Matt Smith, but he's there like knocking on his door. So it's like a misunderstanding, and it just kind of like spirals out of control. Like this guy has like nothing to do with anything, just like gets caught up in this shit. And then and it's an Aronofsky film. I'm a big fan of Aronofsky's films.
Yeah, me too.
He's one of my favorite directors. Yeah, and this is like because you saw it before me. I just saw it. You said it was like more comedic. Which I'm like, he doesn't make comedies usually, Aronofsky.
not overtly.
No.
I mean, there were some funny parts in like Black Swan, but yeah, he definitely
There
leans
were?
towards the dramatic. Yeah, there were a couple parts.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
There was a scene, Natalie Portman's character's, like masturbating in bed, and then she realizes her mother's still in the room. Stuff like that. They're definitely jokes.
Oh, well, that's hilarious, Cam.
No, it's a joke. It's played as a joke.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. Like his last movie was The Whale, which was like the most depressing movie of all time. It's pretty depressing.
It's on the depressing. A lot of
it's
stuff,
serious, yeah. And then you like The Fountain and Pie and Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, Wrestler. This is like mostly, but I'm not opposed to a comedy. And like the jokes, they were hit or miss. I felt like watching
I
it.
agree.
Some hit, some were funny. Stuff with the cat was funny. Like like that could have been like what, like Argyle? Like why the fuck
Madam
is there?
Webb.
Yeah, even Madam Webb she's reading exposition to her cat. Yeah, there was no scenes like it's just. Well, I noticed it was based on a book. And I haven't read, but it felt like it had like good, like it had a good story. Like there were like these twists and turns that were like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that. Like certain characters get killed off. I won't give away too much, but like you don't see it coming, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't expect it to take like this darker kind of turn because it is Aronofsky. But then it's balanced with like this comedic stuff, all these different like races, like I guess Russian, like nationalities more so, and religions,
Yeah.
like Jews and Russians
Hasidic
and
Jews,
like all kinds of different, like punk rock guy and Zoe Kravitz,
Zoe
black
Kravitz.
woman. It's all kind, and then the FBI, or not the FBI, the police agent. There's like a
Regina
police,
King.
yeah. And she, black woman. So there's all these different like, people, different
Cultures.
backgrounds, right? Cultures, like all coming together. Like the Austin Butler character, Hank is from California, and he's
Right.
like a washed up like baseball player. He's supposed to be the baseball player. We got in an accident.
Yeah.
So
They could have used.
yeah.
Sorry.
No.
They could have used the song "Glory Days," the Springsteen song. That would have fit well.
Well, there's good music in it too, because it has that punk rock kind of theme. Well, it's punk rock esque with like the Matt Smith character in that.
Right. It said, we didn't mention it's set in 1998. I was thinking it might be like a throwback to Aronofsky's first movie, Pie, which is a great movie. Like that was made in 1998 or released at least, and that also it was set in like Brooklyn and like an apartment building, and that also had the Hasidic Jews. I just noticed there were like several similarities to that one, like callbacks.
Yeah. Right. I just noticed this here because this.
Oh, you have the DVD.
I have a vinyl. Yeah, it's this one. This is one of the songs is in the movie,
punk.
I believe.
Yeah. Buzzcocks.
Yeah, the Buzzcocks. Going steady. I forgot which one, but because I just saw it. I was like, oh yeah, it's that song. So yeah, there's good like punk rock music in it, and that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, a good cast too. Yeah,
Vincent
we mentioned-
D'Onofrio and
Right, Liev Schreiber and Regina King. We mentioned Griffin Dunn. Yeah, he plays Austin Butler's boss. People are saying that was kind of like a parallel to After Hours, maybe, because people were comparing. I don't think they're exactly the same. After Hours
I got sort of that After Hours vibe. Just
a little bit.
Him kind of running around the city. It's not the same thing, obviously.
Right, After Hours doesn't have as much of a plot. It's just kind of I could see some similarities. Sure.
You could see how it took influence from that. Yes, maybe some of the cinematography and it's reminiscent of that. It's just like everything goes wrong for like this character, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin Butler's good at it. People point out it's like the first time. I read one review. It's like the first time he's playing like a normal person. Yeah, because everything else I've seen of his is like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Dune. Yeah,
Fade Roth. Yeah, usually like villains.
Characters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's kind of like a loser, but yeah, you root for him because just like things go so wrong for him and yeah. Also, I don't know, giveaway. There's a cameo at the end. Did you stay for the post credit thing?
There's another famous actor that appears. Because I kept wondering. I almost thought, it's not really a spoiler. Like I wasn't sure if like the mother was meant to be like dead or something. Because you never saw her. I thought. I was wondering why. Because he calls her on the phone, but like you never see the other end of the conversation.
Do you hear her voice?
I think you might have.
Did you recognize it was that actress or
no?
Yeah, you usually do. That's why.
Sometimes I'm good at that stuff.
Yeah, you usually are.
Yeah, you mentioned the jokes are hit or miss. There was like kind of like a running joke with another neighbor in the building where it's like he's a big nerd. That stuff didn't really work for me. I thought it was a little forced. Like
sure,
he's like, oh, he's a programmer. I didn't think it was as funny as the movie made it out to be.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that felt kind of awkward. I agree. It was hit or miss with the comedy. The story too. There was most of it was like unpredictable, I guess. But then there was like the whole thing with the key. It's like, oh, where's the key? Where you leave the key? But I was just like, he left it in his pants or whatever. Like, like I immediately like knew that. It was just funny, like how I just
sometimes
you just it doesn't ruin the movie, but I was just like, oh yeah, he probably just left it in his pants. It's like we're immediately. I guess because now I'm just like I've seen so many of these kinds of movies that I just pick up on everything. Like I knew the lighter would come into play. I didn't know how, but I knew that, and then most of it was well written though.
Yeah, right. I was not to say like, oh, we know we can predict that. Sometimes like obviously you can see seeds being planted.
Right. I'd rather have that. like seeds being planted than have a story that makes like no sense.
Right. It's like a bunch of like loose ends in a bad way. Like it doesn't make sense.
You know, it's not one of Aronofsky's best, I don't think.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it's not like
Yeah, you mentioned like his movies can be depressing. Which is true, but I think they're also very like riveting. You get
well,
invested.
he's good at that. He's good at
Right.
making depressing movies. I love his depressing movies. Right, that's the
Yeah. Mother's great. We saw Mother together, and that was a
yeah,
crazy
right. Like
one.
this is like the inverse of Mother, right? This is like a way more conventional.
It's very dialed back.
Yeah, it
it's not
has
as,
like
stylized.
some shocking moments and stuff and violence and stuff like that. It's like a solid crime movie, but yeah, it's not as Mother and The Fountain and movies like that. Pi are really out there, fucking
Yeah, right.
crazy, like abstract, like Lynchian.
Yeah, the parts like Requiem for a Dream. There are a few different. It's like the camera. You could see like the film reel or what stuff like that.
Yeah,
A lot
Requiem
of-
for a
yeah.
Dream is super intense. Yeah, that's a great movie to make you never touch drugs, which is good.
Stay away from Jared
Yeah,
Leto.
and Jared Leto. Stay away from Jared Leto and drugs. But yeah, that's an excellent movie about that because it makes that like super disturbing. But even that is like you could follow it. Like it's about how drugs are
Right.
bad. The Fountain is like really out there. Or Mother, it's all like a biblical allegory. But
Yeah, Noah's the only one of his I haven't seen.
Noah, right? That one's not great. This is better than Noah, but I do prefer The Whale. The Whale was, I think, one of his best in a while. And that was a big like Brendan Fraser. That was big for him.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
really
a
like
well-deserved,
powerhouse.
comeback, and I loved Mother. That was one of my favorites of his. I thought that was,
Mother's great
really
too.
Crazy.
Yeah, those two. You know, he's great. He does all kinds of interesting stuff. That's why, like, if you want to do something more conventional like this, that's fine. I don't think, I just wouldn't say it's one of his best films.
It features like kind of a few like Russian mob characters. I definitely didn't like it as much as Honora. I don't think it.
Oh,
it probably
yeah,
didn't help that,
right.
like it comes out shortly afterwards. Like that was definitely funnier.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, a lot of movies. It reminded me kind of of Drive Away Dolls too.
Maybe a little bit.
It's
Yeah,
like the
kinda
comedic
like a wacky
elements, crime caper
caper.
sort of thing. But yeah, it's it's not great. I don't think it's great. But I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun time at the movies,
Yeah. It's watched. I don't know if it's doing like super well. It's an August
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah.
And
Which
but, yeah, I think it fits well enough as like a crime thriller,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to call it. It covers a couple different genres.
Yeah, comedy, sort of romantic thing with like Zoe Kravitz and yeah. But yeah, it's a good cast and all that.
Yeah, Carol
good
Kane's in
music.
it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, overall I enjoyed it. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd make my best of the year list or so. Maybe in consideration. Yeah, just like solid, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe. New York Film Festival soon. So
Right.
we got that to look forward to. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out for that. So yeah, I hope this isn't like forgotten. It's a solid like original movie. It's not a remake or anything.
Right.
Like there's that movie The Roses out now. It's like a remake of a movie.
Yeah, Danny DeVito movie, I think.
It's War of the Roses. It's like, all right, like yeah, couples will go see it, and I'm not opposed. I'm not against a movie like, but I support the good original movie made by a director I love. Got great cast, got nudity.
That's true.
It's about
Let's not forget
crime
the
and
Zoe
it's got
Kravitz.
violence and yeah. So yeah, it's good stuff. I don't want to sound like a spoiled brat. I got my fill.
And he's one
Yeah.
of those directors. Yeah, you're always curious what he churns out. Kind of like obviously, Paul Thomas Anderson's movies coming out. So he's another guy
Yeah.
like that, like in that category.
Even a lesser movie from him is just like a solid movie compared to most of the shit you get out of the industry. Like
Yeah,
War,
right.
like War of the Worlds.
Oh, you didn't like?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Come on,
Or like
man.
90% of movies that come out in the box office, live action remakes of fucking animated movies, and
You gotta keep your head up.
yeah,
Right. It's not that stuff.
yeah, exactly. It was
Yeah,
like
even if
this is like after a big summer of like all those kinds of movies. It's back to like a real movie again.
yeah, in the
Like a real
fall it's usually
director.
more. I mean, there's some blockbusters, but yeah, like more kind of like different types of dramas or horror
Right.
movies,
It's a little more
varied.
mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you're Jewish, are you?
Eat, skinny boy.
Eat or you're gonna upset her. I like you, Hank.
Should I stay or should I
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, I'd go around there too.
7
Somewhere
out
in
of
there.
10. It's yeah.
Yeah.
You give it a 7 also?
Yeah, around there. I definitely had issues with it, but yeah, I think I'd lean towards positive overall.
Yeah, you just sound a little more sour on it, so I thought maybe you give it a 6.
Well, that's why sometimes
Yeah.
like I like to, not that I'm just like parroting your opinion, but sometimes I like to have other people, obviously
Yeah.
I trust your
A
input, like weigh
discussion
in,
about
like,
it, yeah.
like,
Think about
oh,
it.
sometimes like, oh, was I just in a weird mood or like something,
Mhm.
that was kind of how I felt about, the A24 one, like Bring Her Back. I was like, because other people liked it, but then once you were kind of met some
Oh,
on it, I
yeah.
was like, yeah.
Well, that movie was just kind of dull. Bring Her
Right.
Back.
Yeah, I like
because
this
it's
better.
our discussion of Bring Her Back now.
Is this their new sister and brother, Oliver? Oliver lost his family just like you guys. Needed someone that could give him special care.
I didn't think it was exploitative of children or anything. Bring Her
No,
Back. It was like that stuff was fine. It was just kind of like you said, kind of like drab, and like
Yeah.
it
I
lacked
think
like
the story.
yeah, like the story was just like, okay, it's kind of predictable. Like, she's crazy. Sally, like, she's fucking nuts immediately. And, right. Like, after Weapons, which I saw before, like, that movie's crazy and it has a great story. And it has, like, all these very memorable scenes in it. And, like, this comedic part, it's very funny, Weapons, too, which I get Bring Her Back's trying to be a little more like serious and like a scary horror movie, but like Weapons is scary too, but it's like it balances that comedy in there so well that it's more memorable. It's more of a memorable film than I think Bring Her Back was. Yeah, that one was kind of not like amazing. I didn't think the kids were bad. I just thought they were like fine.
Yeah, just like weren't many surprises, and I don't mind like depressing like horror movies or really dark ones. It's just like I think there's got to be something else to like kind of balance, like something like Killing of a Sacred Deer. It's like very well made. It's kind of like the story I find very disturbing. I think that kind of
that one's
hooks
really
you
well
in.
made too. Yeah.
Yeah, or like Hereditary, like there are a lot of like twists and turns. Like Toni Collette's crazy, but it's more complicated than that. It's not just that she's a nut.
Yeah,
It's,
Hereditary just like spirals into like insanity. Like those are very memorable movies with like great
The
scenes,
Witch.
and The Witch too. Yeah, like The Witch isn't like overtly funny or whatever, but it does a good job at having, like, Robert Eggers is so good at that. Like that tone of like just misery of like living in like like hundreds of years ago when they didn't have like any electricity or anything. It's just like
right.
the misery of that, like Nosferatu and the
Yeah.
dirt and the
He does that well. Yeah, right. That
probably
mode.
better than like the Raka Raka guys directing Bring Her Back.
Yeah, I think they do like the creepy stuff well, like the gore.
Yeah, they do
like,
gore great, like yeah. I don't want to diss on them, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and,
just funny.
I get annoyed sometimes with like logic problems in horror movies. I'm not like I get it, it's a movie. Like I don't pick everything apart. It's just like when people make poor decisions, it kind of like irks me just for the sake of the story.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in Bring Her Back. Just like, yeah, like get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it's probably yeah.
Whatever the child services lady. Like I fucking hated that character.
Right.
You know, like so annoying.
Yeah, like right. You wouldn't bring anybody. It's like
Yeah.
that was that the first of the David Gordon Green Halloweens. There was a scene where like there were a bunch of escape mental patients on the road, and the guy's like driving with his son. He's like, "Wait here, son. Like, why don't you just drive to the police station and tell them that people? Why are you like getting out of your car? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It seems very dangerous.
Yeah. Or yeah, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. That's a yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Stupid horror movies. I like the new Alien show. I've been watching that.
Yeah, I still got to start it.
It's good. It's really good. It's the Legion guy, because I talked about Legion before.
Yeah, Noah Hawley. He also did the Fargo show. Yeah,
it's like action packed. Like you think it's a TV show, it's gonna be like low budget. No, it looks awesome. It's got like the first episode's got like a spaceship crashing and all kinds of xenomorph action, and you're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. This is a great show. You know.
Yeah, I'm excited to start it.
Yeah, you'll definitely enjoy it. I think a new episode's tomorrow. It come out Tuesdays, I think. But yeah, the last movie we can talk about, unless there's another thing we want to get in there.
Do you want to talk about Nobody 2 briefly? Because we both saw that.
Yeah, we can.
I can see why people are iffy on it. It's definitely not great. We both liked the first one. That was, very solid, succinct.
It bombed, didn't it?
The second one?
Yeah.
It might have. Yeah.
I think it made like 20 million or something. The first one made like 50, 60 million. It was like a moderate hit, the first one. And it came out around COVID.
Right. That's where like when the theaters were like really trying to reopen, not just like when Tenet came out.
Yeah. That first one just came out at a better time. It came out like March or something like that.
Yeah.
This one came out August. So. It was like the summer. It's like a summer movie.
Right. And this quick, I think, the fact that Bob Odenkirk did the first one helped save his life when he almost died on the set of Better Call Saul. But the fact he was in good shape when he had his, heart incident, I think that helped.
Yeah, that's good.
And the second one, this is not like a ton to it. Like the action's fun. There's some like, good fights.
This is some fine action. It's like more of the same.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like, I think the script is lacking. Just like, certain characters, reappear just because they were in the first.
Because Christopher Lloyd and RZA, like they just had to throw them in.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that we have like, unreasonable expectations. It wasn't, that impressive in terms of,
It just felt, it was kind of cheap to me. Like some of the, I don't know, like the stuff at the end. Well, they set up that he has a dog in this one, like kind of John Wick, but they don't do any action with the dog, which was bizarre to me because they set that up so much. Like it's in the opening when he's like at the police station, because it starts with like that. It does the same thing as the first movie where it flashes forward to the ending and he's been arrested, and they're interrogating him. But yeah, it's like they set up this dog, and then they cut away or whatever. Like the dog runs off screen and you hear it bite some guys. Like in John Wick 3, John Wick 4, you see the fucking dog do action and stuff. It's really cool. Right. It's like they kind of cheaped out on that. That was bizarre.
Yeah, and he has kids in the movie. The kids, not that they need to be like super developed or three-dimensional, but they don't have a lot to contribute. This is a daughter. She's just kind of there.
Yeah, they don't contribute anything. Like, the son getting bullied in that one scene was very corny.
Yeah, it was done better in History of Violence. I like that. That stuff with the son's like acting like a fucking nut, like his dad.
I usually hate the bully in movies, like the bully character. It's usually just very forced and corny, and
Yeah, it's funny in
Um,
Fantastic Mr. Fox when like the cousin beats up the bully, he's like crying, walking
yeah,
away.
that's an animated movie. But yeah,
Sure,
the
I'm just saying, like
dialogue
you could
was
do it.
just like, yeah, like you're a nerd. Hey nerd, what's a nerd's nerd or whatever? He just says some shit like this. Is so
It's
fucking
very
stupid.
generic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so stupid. Like I get it's an action movie and you're not like looking for anything more than that, but I want like something a little more.
yeah.
Um,
I didn't love Ballerina either, but
that was
either. Sorry,
better, I
it was
thought.
definitely better. Yeah, the
Yeah.
highs of that one were more impressive in terms of
Yeah.
action.
I've told
Yeah,
you I like the ending where she goes to like this town in like the Alps and they're all assassins in the town and they all try to kill her. That's a fun idea.
yeah, I agree.
The ending
Yeah.
with Keanu Reeves coming in. Yeah. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is fun in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was just the right amount of him in that. It didn't feel like too shoehorned.
No, and it didn't feel like he wasn't in it enough because he's in the trailer. It's very easy, like, oh, he was barely in it, but no, he was in a good amount at the end and
Mhm.
whatever. But yeah, that movie it had better action, I think.
Yeah.
And they might have reshot some of it to add more action or stuff.
I think they did.
Mhm.
Because unfortunately, that was like Lance Reddick, one of his last movies. I mean, he died a couple of years ago now, so I think it probably got
Yeah.
delayed with the strikes, and then they added stuff. So yeah, they might have started it, a couple
That's
of years ago now.
that's what was so weird watching that is because Lance Reddick is in it in Ballerina, like a good amount. He has like a couple scenes where he's talking.
Yeah, like a couple scenes.
Yeah, more couple. Okay, but like I thought he was not being in it at all. And then when I
Right.
saw him, I thought it was like they used CGI, and I'm like, damn, this looking really good. Like,
Yeah, very.
I like
convincing.
texted you. I'm like, damn, this, because I remember Tarkin in Rogue One. It looked horrible.
Or even what's
But they
it,
fixed
Carrie
it.
Fisher and Rise of Skywalker. I thought that was odd to me that they like still included
And
Leia.
Rogue One also they did it. But yeah.
I get it was different with like Paul Walker because he died during production, but like if they're already, if they've already passed
Yeah.
away, it's weird to still include them. Just figure something else.
Well, that was
out.
like the worst part of the Alien Romulus movie.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
agree.
Ian Holm? That now that's all anyone talks about with that movie, which is unfortunate because
Because there were good things about it. But
Yeah, there's
that
many good things about it.
It-
And
it- yeah,
I'd
it
say
was
it's a good
unnecessary.
movie. Right. I would say that's a good movie. But yeah, it's just that stuff is so dumb and unnecessary.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's not going to be the last time. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to come up more and more now with
Mhm.
AI stuff. But yeah, there's got to be.
I hope not. Yeah. There just needs to
Right
be someone
balance.
at the director's seat who just says like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like Prey didn't have any shit like that. Where
No, I like Prey a lot.
yeah,
I
I
think there's-
rewatched Prey recently, and I was like, wow, this is an awesome movie. Like, because I thought it was an awesome movie back then, but like it's so like great and intense, and it doesn't have any of that fucking shit. Like,
it's very light on fan service, which I
yeah,
liked. It just felt like
she
its own
doesn't say
story.
like, I don't know, get to the chopper or something. I know that wouldn't make
Kill me,
that wouldn't make sense. I get it, but like
Right.
some shoehorned in fucking shit that doesn't like make sense at all.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a delicate balance, I think. Callback. I think sometimes
Yeah.
they work better sometimes if they're visual. Like I liked in the new Wallace and Gromit, he's eating toast with jam, just like in wrong
I'm
trousers,
okay
stuff
with
like
it,
that, like
yeah,
subtle.
if it makes
yeah.
sense. Like it just has to make sense. Like why is the android saying like, "Get away from her, you bitch"? Like, why is he saying that? Like he didn't hear Ripley say it, so why is he saying it? He's saying it's for the audience.
Yeah, sure.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I hope the new Predator Badlands or whatever doesn't have that. But again, it's the guy who's making Prey, who made Prey. I mean, so
Yeah.
I have more faith in that, and that it will be
Mhm.
like an actually like intelligent action movie.
Yeah,
I hope
I
so.
hope it's good.
Yeah. Because yeah, Prey was really good.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, so we kind of jumped all over all those movies.
Yeah, we could call it a general horror discussion.
Yeah, and plus Nobody.
Nobody too.
What would you give that? Nobody 2, like a 6.
Yeah, I'd say low 6. It's
Yeah,
like
low 6.
kind of like a marginal recommend. If you like the first one, you just want some action, like it's serviceable. I mean, it's so short, like it's hard to even like get really mad about it. But yeah, it's definitely not great. It's
Yeah.
not something like it's one of those like probably like the more I think about it, I'd be like, yeah, like it wasn't that. But
I would say go see it, but it's already out of theaters. It's already you could rent it now.
I mean, if you're kind of like like anyway, it's like
You could rent
probably
it.
Yeah,
Just rent it. Yeah, because again, it's on VOD now anyway. So if you want to watch it, just watch it at home. It's 90 minutes. You get
Yeah, a
some
couple
cool action scenes in there, but
chuckles.
that's like really all you get out of it. Yeah, like I want a little bit more. Not that I want action, but I just want I don't know.
Yeah. If you want something a little, more substantive, like that, watch, Black Bag, something like that. Yeah, that has a little bit of action. Not a ton. It's
Black
more
Bag?
dialogue.
Did it have any
Well,
action?
A little. I mean, it's a thriller.
Yeah,
kinda-
that's more of a thriller. Yeah.
Sure.
But that was great because it just had a good story.
Yeah.
Something with action.
Warfare. Different kind of
Yeah,
action movie.
that
I
was
like that
that's a
one.
good action movie. Let's talk about Time Bandits.
Yeah.
Huh? Is that
You want me to
yeah?
describe it?
Yeah, you
so-
can. Because it's you wanted to talk about it, right? So
Yeah.
although
this is
I
when
wanted to talk about it too at some point.
Yeah. It was
so-
mutual.
Yeah, yeah, it's been
Uh,
on my watch list for a long time. And it's a
mine
Criterion
too.
movie.
Yeah, but whenever like I don't know if other people do this, like in restaurants, like my family would always put like Hangman when you're like waiting for food. My dad would always do Time Bandits. It was just an easy one to do, I guess. So, quick backstory. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Monty Python, the legendary comedy troupe in the UK. So basically, they were preparing the movie Life of Brian, great comedy. The original financier backed out. They were like cagey about the religious stuff, and Eric Idle
All right.
was good friends with George Harrison, who, of course, the Beatle legend.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Yeah. Yeah, and Eric was telling him about.
Does he talk like this?
Right.
They all talk like
Right.
this. All the Beatles talk like this.
Right. That was like, I don't know if other people feel this well. Like some bands I didn't know were British because I couldn't tell, like in the way like Florida, I didn't know they were British. Like the Beatles, you could always tell because they have the really thick,
Yeah,
Yorkshire
they're
accents.
definitely they're like the British band.
Yeah, right. Yeah, even the Stones too.
Yeah.
And, anyway, yeah. So Eric was telling George how they couldn't get the money for the movie, and George was like, "Well, I'll put the money up." He like put his house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Just
and they're
like that.
yeah, right.
That's how he said
exactly,
it.
yeah, but, like, unheard of. It's like what are you doing? He put his house up for collateral. Like it's like because I wanted to see it.
Yeah, he said
Like,
he said
it's
it
the
just like that.
Yeah, they're like it's like the most anybody's paid for a movie ticket. So anyway,
Yeah.
so then he ended up founding this Handmade Films production company with another producer, Dennis O'Brien. I think that was his name. So they ended up making this and The Long Good Friday and Mona Lisa, With
all
Nell and
right.
I. So really great
Oh,
movies. You,
all
you
right.
should check all those. I
Well,
think
with
Lock,
Nell and
Stock,
I, I've seen, but yeah,
yeah.
cool. All right.
It's
Well, I
like
didn't know any of that.
movies that like nowadays like they would fit in well with like A24, like this kind of like really thoughtful independent films, not just horror, good mix like drama and comedy.
Yeah, well, like this, and you said this did really well.
Yeah, it was a
Oh,
big hit.
yeah.
I think it helps. It's a lot of the Monty Python team. I mean, it's not particularly Python-esque, I'd say, but
It's got that
Gilliam directed.
humor. It's got that
little bit.
bizarre.
Yeah.
It's got some weird imagery and shit like that. That's funny.
very
That's
out
very
there.
Monty Python. And Terry. That's more like Terry Gilliam too. That's just his style. But yeah, I can
Yeah.
see why. It's a family movie essentially. It's
Yeah,
a little
very dark.
boy gets like roped into this like mystery or this adventure with these little dwarves
Yeah.
who travel through time and steal artifacts or whatever from famous historical figures like Napoleon and whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like little portals they go through. Basically.
Yeah, and they have like this map that I think they stole it. They stole it basically from this supreme being of time, and it's basically God. And
yeah, godlike
the-
figure.
and God is chasing them, and then there's also this evil being that wants the map that they have to conquer the
played
world.
by David Warner, who's
It's
in,
very
a bunch
funny.
of stuff.
It's a very
Tron
funny
and-
character.
Yeah.
I liked when he zapped one of his henchmen who asked him a question. He goes, "Oh, that's actually a very good point." That was actually really, yeah, got a genuine
Yeah.
laugh out of me.
Why, if that's the case, are you unable to escape from this fortress?
It's a good question.
He's probably the funniest character.
Yeah, because he's so evil. He's obsessed with his evilness or whatever.
Yeah, right. He, bumps a few people off.
Yeah, he's like the guy. One of his henchmen's like, please kill me. He's like, not yet. I'm too busy.
Yeah, they're all kind of wrapped. They have weird outfits. They're wrapped in plastic. It's kind of like, later on, Terry Gilliam did 12 Monkeys.
It reminded me of 12
that.
Monkeys. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
He co-wrote this with, Michael Palin, who pops up in the movie. Yeah, and Johnny Cleese pops up too. Those the Python guys are obviously very bright, and I'm sure like their knowledge of world history probably informed the script a lot.
Yeah, well, they seem to love history just from like Monty Python and those like Holy Grail and those movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're really grounded in history. I mean, they're goofy as fuck, but they're clearly made
it's
by
kind of the
people.
combination.
They're made by
Yeah.
people who love history and love like King Arthur and those stories, right? They're just making fun of them. But yeah, it's the history in this, and it's like it's what's cool. It's like it's for kids and families, but it has this like historical stuff in it, so it's teaching kids about history as well. Like Napoleon and Titanic, and like you go to all these historical events. So there is this element of like it's slightly educational as well. It's slightly it's educational, but it's fun. Kids are learning without knowing they're learning.
Yeah, right.
Which is great. Yeah.
Tonally pretty different, but yeah, you could draw parallels to like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which is also a
like that
fun
too.
movie. Yeah, that's a lighter, but yeah, it's like the idea that it kind of like encountering different historical figures.
Yeah, well, they don't shy away from the history. Like you see, like a execution happening in the Napoleon part, or whatever.
Yeah, there's all
Yeah.
sorts of crazy. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he meets, as he go back to like ancient Greece, the kid. Yeah, he meets Sean Connery, who's like in the middle of a fight to the death. He
Yeah,
pops up.
with some like guy with like a something on his head, some animal,
Big,
like a boar
yeah, like
or something.
warthog.
Yeah,
or
warthog.
something, yeah.
But yeah, it's like
Something.
Spartan times, and then they go all over.
Meet Napoleon, played by Ian Holm.
Yeah, we just mentioned him. But yeah, he was great as Napoleon. That was funny part. I got a kick out of him.
Yeah, he's like comparing, his height to other historical figures, like Alexander the Great. Yeah, it goes on for a while. It's funny.
Yeah, he's just good. Yeah, as he falls asleep in like a drunken stupor, he's like, yeah, Alexander the Great, 5'0", Attila the Hun, 5'2". That's really funny. He's just going down everyone's height.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's good
It's-
stuff in it. It's a very funny movie.
Yeah, it's very offbeat, which I like. Yeah, it's just funny. You wouldn't think a movie like that would be like such a box office success, but yeah, it did well. And,
Yeah.
it was like one of the highest grossing. Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark was the highest grossing of 1981.
Oh,
but yeah,
well,
I think that was in the top
course.
10.
Mhm.
Yeah, along with like Superman, a couple other. Sorry, Superman 2.
But yeah, that's good. It did well. Yeah, I really just think it's because it's a good movie and because like kids connected with it. So it has an audience like that, and yeah, like the Monty Python people, big cast. Like Shelley Duvall's in it too.
Yeah.
All them. Yeah, I liked how they came in as different parts. There's a little bit of that in the movie. Sean
Yeah.
Connery plays different parts. The fireman at the end, and
Yeah, Jim Broadbent. Yeah, a few other familiar faces. The guy from Game of Thrones, if you remember, like the old, blind maester. He plays an ogre.
oh yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Because he's also in Brazil. There are a couple of people that also, overlap.
Aegon Targaryen, that's him.
Is it? Yeah. Is it Aegon or Aemon?
Aemon. It might be Aemon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maester Aemon. That's
yeah,
it.
Aemon. Yeah, because Aegon is the one who died.
Yeah. Right.
Well, Game of Thrones, everyone dies eventually.
Yeah, and yeah, it's it's definitely like it appeals to the family. It's definitely not very like cuddly. It's
No,
on
but
the edgy
it's
side.
like a good like Spielberg in the 80s, like that kind of movie where it's for kids, but it had some darkness to it, right? Some edge to it. So there was like tension and stakes and like all those things that make movies interesting also. And yeah, like I think it works in that way, that it's not cuddly.
Yeah, because
Um,
I think kids like that. Because I didn't watch this as a kid. I think I would have liked it as a kid, but I read a lot of the Roald Dahl books. Those are kind of
mhm.
similar. They're great stories, but they're not very like touchy feely. That there's a lot of like
Yeah,
kind of creepy stuff in
right. And it's
those
for older
stories.
kids, I'd say too, who actually like have some understanding of history and that stuff. I think for like a little kid, a lot of this would like go over their head.
Yeah, not
Um,
like maybe
like around the age of the kid
8
in
or
the
9.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're around the
maybe
age of
like
that
10.
boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, 10, 11, like preteen. But yeah, like he was fine in the movie. Like his performance was good. He didn't
yeah.
distract me with like how I think there was one part I noticed like they dubbed over one of his lines or something in
Mhm.
one part, but it wasn't anything I don't know, too major. I thought he was fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
He's good. It's a good cast of the Time Bandits themselves
oh,
too.
they're awesome. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
hysterical.
One of them's Kenny Baker, who's also R2D2.
Mhm.
He's the one who gets squashed at one point.
Yeah, they all have like their own personalities and memorable things about them. They all like contribute to the plot in some way.
Yeah, one likes to eat anything. He'll eat rats.
Yeah. There's a one like the bad guy uses him to spy on them and give them messages or whatever.
Yeah,
So that was the purpose of him, and then he gets turned into a pig.
yeah. It's
A lot of
dream logic.
weird imagery like the guys those the cowboys rope him up, the bad guy, and then he spins them around, and
Yeah, he
then he
flings
cuts
them.
some fucking thing comes out of his head with a knife
It's
and
it's, it's like a merry-go-round,
well,
like a
but like what the
carnival thing
fuck was
almost.
that? That
When
was
when he carousel. That's what I was
yeah,
thinking of.
sure.
Yeah,
That was super bizarre. The thing coming out of his head with the knife and cutting it, and then they all.
right.
I was like, wow, that's crazy imagery for like a children's movie.
Mhm.
But it's just a different time. You could get away with that shit. At least it's creative and
It's very creative.
yeah, it made me laugh. It did a good job because I've seen it all, right? So it's I've seen everything.
Yeah.
I'm so jaded, but yeah, that was like it was funny. Some good funny stuff and visual gags and great performances and yeah, it's super creative and
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah, and I liked obviously, those guys are very funny. They could have definitely leaned into more like the Monty Python tone, but it is pretty like, it can get intense at times. Yeah, and even like the ending, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh.
There's like one of them dies. Yeah, they immediately bring him back, but because it's a kids movie. But yeah, that was like dark. That one of them gets crushed and
Yeah, they talk about fate a little bit and like free will, certain
yeah, some
things
lofty
like that.
stuff and yeah, he does kill the guy Sean Connery. He's fighting. See the Titanic, all those people die. The ending of the film too is incredibly bizarre, and they just like burn his house down, and like, that's it. His parents
Right.
get like vaporized or something. They get
Right,
teleported
right. And
somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, I think that was like a point of contention, but yeah, they ended up sticking with the
Yeah,
ending.
which it's a fine ending. I'm just surprised they didn't make a sequel because of it did so well and that kind of cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think I know one of the actors ended up becoming paralyzed in an accident. I think he had also played one of the Ewoks,
Oh,
and
okay.
the one who played the leader, David Rappaport. Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. So yeah, like that might keep them. And plus, the kid got older. They could always get a new kid.
Right.
They'll remake it one day. They'll dredge it up like they do.
Well, there was actually a show I think last year. I don't know if it was like on Apple.
Hmm. Really?
The critic Alan Sepinwall, I read, he talked about watching the movie as a kid when it came out, and it was like how it freaked him out. And the show was more like kind of like the goofy tone that he expected, but yeah, I think it helps to have a little bit of they kind of sanded the edges off, is what that's what he
Yeah,
said
which
in the review.
that's a problem with many things now in general, in just the entertainment industry. They want to sand the edges off to make more money, make it more marketable. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's what makes this movie good. Is that it takes itself seriously and it has like a story. Because yeah, I was kind of getting Like, is this whole movie just gonna be like they go to a place and they fuck around for an hour or whatever? But it kind of just it gets in, like, you really actually like the characters. Ultimately, you like the dwarves and you like the story.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it is a Terry Gilliam movie. He doesn't always have, like, his plots aren't usually like point A to point B. There are a lot of kind of like digressions, but it always stays focused, I think.
Yeah, it
There's
gets
a lot of cool imagery.
The pacing's pretty good, and yeah, it gets back to the fun stuff. Yeah, good imagery. He's good with that. Like the the invisible wall in the desert, and they smash it, and there's like a castle behind it. That's like some cool imagery. That's not
Right.
easy to do and to like convey in a movie, especially in
'cause
the
it can look-
80s.
Yeah, it's, arresting. And I also like, because the bandits are getting chased by their boss, the supreme being. You see his head, like a projection of his head. It's really bizarre.
That stuff's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's more like the sound mixing too there, the sound editing or whatever. Like it's his voice is so, whoa, it's very loud compared to everything else.
Yeah, and it's the voice is Tony Jay, who was also in the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He's Frollo, the Disney one. He had a good voice.
Yeah. A cool imagery there. Like I liked I like the stuff when he's in his bedroom and they push the wall and
Yeah, they
the
just
wall's
come
going
in
all the
and,
way. Yeah.
I know. I believe early on when they were developing Harry Potter as a film series, I think I guess J.K. Rowling wanted Terry Gilliam, but it didn't work out. I could see that based on this movie.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, because I think I know he was happy with Alfonso Cuarón's vision. I think that fit well too.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I like that one has like a good balance of fun and darkness.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was this one has like that groundedness too,
Mhm.
which it's because it's so goofy.
Yeah.
It's so silly, like the things that are happening, but it does have that like that you groundedness, like you really do care about what's happening, which is great. It's only some of his movies really do well. Terry Gilliam, they don't get like so cartoonish to where you like don't care about the things that are happening in the end. Like I don't know, like it doesn't get corny either. Like I think that's what's like it just avoids like the schmaltz of like family movies too. Like he like hates his parents. He's like,
Yeah,
like he's like,
he
I don't want
wants
to
to
go
stay.
home. Yeah, he's like, I don't want
Right.
to fuck home. Like my parents are horrible and they just fuck around with all these weird gadgets and microwaves and blenders all day.
Yeah, they love tech.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it's like fuck that shit. Like, but that's like so different for a movie. It's hilarious. Like
Yeah.
the kid just hates his fucking parents and wants to be away from home. And there's never like that moment like, oh, you should return home. And yeah, it ends with like
Yeah.
his parents get vaporized.
Yeah.
But it just avoids being cliche.
Right.
It just avoids the cliches.
A quick side note, because I was thinking of, I know, like, I guess somebody was interviewing Terry Gilliam recently, like, oh, they weren't happy with his responses. I'm like, he's fucking 84 years old. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Old guys are fucking grouchy. Like, I don't know, like, if you're expecting some, like,
Yeah.
polite, nuanced response. It was like with, Quincy Jones a few years ago. That was like an infamous interview. These guys are ancient. Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to be very, like, delicate with their answers.
It's kind of like Paul Schrader. Although he's still directing, so
I'm not saying that they're like incapable of functioning. It's just, they don't have much of a filter, right? I mean, if they ever had one to begin with, then now it's, even more worn down.
yeah. But it's just like that. There's this movie, Oh Canada, that Paul Schrader just made.
Yeah.
It was Richard Gere is the guy in it. But it's
Mhm.
like when he's an old man, he's like being interviewed as an old man about his life. He's just like, fuck this shit, and because he's like fucking old. He's like 80 years old, right? He's just like, I gotta fucking take a shit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They don't care. They've made it this far.
Yeah, it's like, what are
yeah.
you fucking bothering him for?
Yeah, I know I've told you, but yeah, I went to a screening of First Reformed at the Somerville Theater when it came out, and Paul Schrader was there for a Q&A. He was definitely very gruff. He
Yeah.
wasn't like unpleasant.
Not
but,
like,
he's just-
he's not an
he's not very-
asshole, but he's Yeah.
he's just like he's intense. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
just
can see
tell.
that.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
that from his movies.
Just like his demeanor, just the way his
barbed
presence.
wire.
It was cool. I considered asking him a question, but I got kind of nervous.
You got
And then-
scared of
and-
him.
And then somebody else like answered my but they only took a few anyway. But it was like he was like right there. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's good. He
Yeah.
wasn't at the New York Film Festival for the screening, so I would have liked to see him.
yeah. And I know I've also mentioned this to you, but it was funny. Yeah, when I saw it first performed, I was not in the best headspace, which is a funny movie to watch when you
He's getting
the-
wrapped up
feeling
in barbed
down.
wire. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's not like I was feeling sad, so like this,
It's like that'll up
cheer
you
me-
up. That'll make you that'll make you feel better.
Yeah, it's like the joke when when you sad on the radio, you hear like the saddest songs, whatever. Sarah McLachlan.
Sometimes it makes you feel better. It
Or,
depends.
yeah, you can relate. That was also when
Yeah.
Infinity War came out. I kind of related. It was about defeat.
Yeah.
So,
You could
people
relate
do-
to that.
turn it to dust.
We could
yeah.
all relate to that. Things turning to dust. Yeah, our dreams turning to dust, and yeah, right.
Oh man.
But my hopes for Time Bandits did not turn to dust. They were high. I had high hopes for it, and they were. It lived up to my hopes. The film lived up to my expectations. It was a very good film,
Yeah, me too.
and yeah, you can't go wrong with Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, and I haven't even seen all of his. I still haven't seen The Fisher King. I haven't seen Baron Munchausen. I know he's got a bunch of different
Yeah,
movies. Yeah, his stuff's always interesting. I know some I think are more well received than others. He did the one with like Heath Ledger, and well, he did a couple with Heath Ledger. The second one was the one he actually died during production. but
yeah,
there's, like that
the Imaginarium of Doctor
Parnassus.
Parnassus
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I've still never seen that one.
there's
Yeah.
half of it's a dream or half of it's like real life. So it's something like that. It's like so Heath Ledger plays like half of that part in like the dream
Right.
world or something like that. And then I think
Yeah.
is it Johnny Depp who plays the other part of him?
Johnny Depp
in
and
like a
Jude
mask
Law.
or something. Yeah.
No, I think you see their faces.
okay.
But yeah, it's like
But yeah,
Johnny
it's-
Depp
yeah.
and Jude Law and Colin Farrell. Like they played the other scenes.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah, which is unusual. I was, unfortunately these things happen not very often, but yeah, that was an instance where it kind of fit with the fantasy element, I guess.
Right. That was a famous one though. Of,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
An unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, an unfortunate thing. But yeah, I remember when that came out. And yeah, he did that was that the last thing he did?
No, I said a few.
I'm
When I
trying to
was,
think of, like,
I was thinking I have a newspaper. I didn't
mean,
feel like
he's old
I
too,
didn't want to
yeah,
delay the
so-
recording, but when I was in the Czech Republic at the film festival, he was there. I didn't see him, but I think it was. I don't know if it was like that Don Quixote movie he was there for.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I think
no,
he's
he
still
did do
working.
that. Yeah, I remember. Which I didn't really like that.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I remember I called it Don Quicksoda. Don Quixote. Yeah.
Don Quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
And,
it's said, or that's how it's spelled or whatever.
And
yeah, that's pretty
one more
stupid.
and I did notice yeah, and for the Monty Python show way back, he was the only he was the American of the group. Everybody else was English, but he did the animation, and there was a part where, if you remember in Time Man, it's like they're on the ship, and then it turns out it's on some guy's head, some
Yeah,
giant, or
giant.
whatever.
Yeah.
You'd see his foot squash some little cave. That was kind of like in the show a lot. There was like the the cartoon foot that came down.
Mhm.
Like, it reminded me of that. It was like
Yeah.
a little homage.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, that was a fun part. The giant, the forced perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty wild.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Good imagery. Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, me too. It's
Good,
definitely
good imagery.
worth checking out.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I keep saying that.
The lesson is, if there's some old famous legend, maybe don't interview him. Just
Yeah.
talk to him. He
Just
might not be
leave him
happy with the-
alone. Let him fucking nap.
Like, let's get I don't know. Yeah, like I know Woody Allen's. I mean, Woody Allen's a nut anyway. But
Yeah,
they were
fuck,
just
fuck
interviewing
him. But yeah, no one's interviewing him.
I think Bill Maher did. Yeah, they're both
Oh
pretty
yeah,
gross.
well he's a nut too. Yeah,
Right. They're not winning any handsome contests.
yeah. Bill Maher says stupid shit all the time. So
That's true.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I could
I
shit
think
on
we're
Bill
good.
Maher for another hour, but let's just wrap up.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me. My blood's boiling. Or like, what? How can I shit on Bill Maher for an hour? I'll just leave it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be back
Mm-hmm. We'll
in
be back.
time.
Real time with Ralph Seppi.
There you go. I like it better.
Yeah, yeah. HBO, you should get me to do it. I'll do a better job.